Over the pandemic, there was a surge and rise in social media, particularly of Black people who were suddenly selling courses on financial literacy. You hadn't heard of any of these people. All of a sudden, they got a class, they got a plot, plan, scheme, conspiracy, and the only pathway to wealth was selling secrets to wealth. They couldn't show us businesses. They couldn't show us real estate. Let me teach you how to ducky. That was it. How, with a generation that is thirsty for this knowledge and they want this information, how are they able to navigate to say, this is what I can be drawn to, not the flash and dash?
Yeah, no, let me give you the 5 secrets of wealth. I already talked about one. The proper management of accumulated wealth so that you don't end up being an athlete or an entertainer making millions of dollars and within 5 years of retirement, right, is gone, right? That's the improper management of accumulated wealth. You do that through taking financial education courses at certified and approved and trusted sources, right, like your church. And there are other ways of getting that information. So that's one. Number 2, everybody knows or should know the cornerstone of building wealth, certainly in a middle-class family, is real estate. Real estate, own a home. Own a home, don't lease a home, right? Now, so that's real estate. The third is business. Business, start and build a business. Now, there's some good news there. There are 3.7 million Black-owned businesses in America today. It's the largest number of Black-owned businesses that we have ever had in the history of Black people in America. 3.7 million. A high percentage of those new businesses are our sisters. Okay, our sisters are seeding and starting businesses. So that's the upside. 3.7 million Black-owned businesses today. What's the downside of that? Only 161,000 of those businesses, Black-owned businesses, employ anybody, right? Employ anybody. But those who employ Black people, the average annual wages of those businesses, wages or income, I should say, is $1.5 million a year. That means that 3.5 million of our businesses are sole proprietorships.
Wow.
And the average annual wage is less than $20,000 a year, and that's below the poverty line. Okay, so we have to focus on not only starting, building, and then scaling our businesses so that we too can create work and jobs for our people. And hopefully by the end of the 21st century, we will be the number one employer of our own people, as Jews are the number one employer of Jews, East Indians are the number one employer of East Indians, Asians are the number one employer of Asians, Arabs are the number one employer of Arabs. We too must do that. We must start and build our own businesses. So the 3.5 million businesses means that our mindset is shifting from what I was getting when I was in school, get a good education and get a good job, right? Not all Black people need to be working for white people, although we need to be everywhere. I make no mistake about that. But we need to be creating work and jobs for ourselves as well. So this has got to be one of the major goals of your life. Start a side hustle and stop buying every damn thing, okay? We are the consumption class. They are the merchant class. They make stuff, we buy stuff.
Wow.
If you bake cookies, put them in a box, put your name on it and sell it to somebody. If you live on a farm, take the manure, put it in a bag, put your name on it. You can become an entrepreneur, okay? And sell it to somebody. Stop doing all the darn buying. And you may even want to call it a side hustle. All right, a side hustle simply means, if you want to, if you want to interpret that in English, is another stream of income. It should not be a Negro. And when I say Negro, here's how I spell that: N-E, capital G-R-O-W. Negro.
Wow.
Please. Grow. Negroes. Change. So we have to start more build more businesses, scale more businesses. We have plenty of businesses. We still need more. And by the way, that's a large number, 3.7 million businesses, but we still own the fewest number of businesses per capita of any of the five major cultural groups in this country. So it's about scaling our businesses, and that's the fourth thing. That's the third thing, and the fourth is proper insurance. Properly insuring our people. It was an interesting article in the New York Times about a year ago on black people and their cell phones. And what came out in the article is that more black people have insurance on their cell phones than on their lives. We have more insurance on our cell phones than on our lives and the lives of our children by a factor of 10.
Wow.
So we value our cell phones more than we value our lives. And proper insurance done right, and it doesn't cost a whole lot of money per month, done right can put you into a very comfortable, very successful retirement. It can help build wealth in your family. It can give you your own bank. You can borrow at little or no interest to send kids to college. I mean, it is one of the best tools ever invented. And by the way, if you look at all of the financial markets over the history of the financial markets, the only financial market that has never, ever crashed is the insurance industry.
Wow.
It's the insurance industry. It's always been this. But real estate, you figure the stock market, every other financial market has had its ups and downs. There's only one insurance. Why is that? It's a powerful instrument. So proper insurance is huge. And then the fifth and final thing, we talked about it earlier, and that's family.
Yeah.
Family.
Yes.
Right? Family working together. A male and a female. Right? A king and a queen. In fact, this is what I said to my wife when I've been married to Nora G for 51 years. And I said to her, as I was proposing to her, I said, darling, we're making a vow that says, till death do us part. She says, yes. I said, so here are the rules. From my perspective, I'm the king and you're the queen. Now, when you become the king and I become the queen, it's over. Right? It's over. That's not how it's designed. Right? And it's been that way for 51 years.
What a blessing.
Right. 51 years. We were talking in the waiting room out here. I was talking to this beautiful young sister. I will not mention her name because I have a crush on her.
All right.
It's just a side crush.
All right.
Right.
Yes.
But she's beautiful. And what I mean is she's beautiful spirit, beautiful heart. And she's divorced. And I asked her a question. I said, what is the number one thing that a man expects from a woman? What's the number one thing? And so she thought about it, and she had a couple of good answers, but they were 2, 3, and 4. I said, the number one thing a man wants from a woman is peace.
That's all.
Peace. Do you know
Let
what?
there be peace on earth.
Peace. That's the number
Let it
one
begin
thing.
with you.
Then respect.
Yes.
Right? That's number 2.
Yes.
And the third thing most people don't know, non-sexual intimacy. Non-sexual intimacy, to love, to hold.
Yes.
Right? To touch. Non-sexual intimacy. This doesn't mean the man doesn't want sex. That's on the list.
Yes.
But put it in order. Non-sexual. And then, of course, we know the number 2, number 3, 1 things that women want from a man. And we put our hand on the Bible and we say what we're going to do. And that is to what? Provide and protect.
That's right.
Absolutely. And the expectation of her bringing her God's gift of nurturing to our children.
That's what we need.
We're not complicated.
No.
We're not complicated.
Simple BS.
That's what we do.
We are in the fourth wave of wealth in this nation. The first one was real estate. People were wealthy in this country based off of how much land you own. Second wave of wealth was the industrial era. Everybody went to Ford Motor Company went to Motown. The third wave of wealth was the tech industry.
Mm-hmm.
And the fourth wave is now entrepreneurship. People who are watching are pulling out surfboards and say, I want to ride this wave. What would you say to them in 80 years of life to an emerging generation of Black people? What is the entrepreneurial enterprise that you would say to young people? Ride this.
It's a very timely question. 22 or 23 years ago, had you rode the internet wave, you would be one of many millionaires if you had ridden that wave.
Yeah.
The new internet is upon us. AI. Now, we have to understand that we are in the Model T stages of the internet.
That's right.
And Henry Ford built 4 Model Ts over about a 20-year period of time. And he could never envision, even when he was building the first mass-produced car, he could never envision a Ferrari Testarossa or a Lamborghini. He couldn't even conceive that. In other words, what I'm saying to you, you cannot even conceive what AI will look like 20 years from now.
Maybe
30 years
two.
from now. Maybe that's right. At the speed in which it's growing. Learn it. Now, AI is not here to replace you. It is here to help you. But if you do not learn it, you will be replaced.
Wow.
Absolutely. That is the new field for wealth. You got to learn it. And it's powerful. And I use it almost every day. It's one of the most productive tools in my toolkit. And we're in the Model T stages of it.
The curse of Henry Ford.
That's right.
The curse of Henry Ford. He had his biggest, Dr. Fraser, his biggest fallout with his son. So he went on the factory floor one day, and his son unveiled to his father a Model T that was gray. He went to his office and found a bat and started beating the car because he could only see the Model T in one color, black. And a lot of us are missing it because we have a myopic vision of what the color of success is.
That's exactly right.
America has seen success and wealth in one color, and they're going to have to brace themselves.
That's right.
Because not a bat is going to be able to beat back Black wealth.
Ooh, Black creativity. Just think
Yes.
of the creativity that comes out of this brain.
Yes.
Right? We learn it,
Yes.
and then we teach it, we expand it, we grow it, we put our creative prowess against it, like you put your elbow. When my parents used to tell me, you got to use elbow grease, you got to go lean up into it.
Yes.
Right? And we apply that to this state-of-the-art technology that's in the Model T stages. You cannot fail, but you got to learn it, then you got to use it, and then you got to teach it. That's where wealth is going to be.
I need you to get all of this. July 10th through the 13th, we're going to be in Charlotte for Power Networking EX.com, a major conference. You're not going to figure out how to build a Model T car, but how to build wealth for your family.
That's right.
And generational wealth to come. Dr. Fraser, thank you for hanging out.